Let's now move to your favorite segment of the weekend. For decades, heart attacks and serious cardiac conditions were thought to be a preserve of the elderly. But today, there is a troubling shift because more and more young adults in the country are being diagnosed with heart disease, a trend that is raising alarm among cardiologists. While the usual culprits, which include poor diet, physical inactivity, smoking, and alcohol use remain firmly in the picture, doctors are now sounding the alarm of a silent threat often overlooked: mental health. They say rising cases of stress, anxiety, and depression are not just weighing on young minds, they are also burdening young hearts. On this episode of Health Digest, Gloria Milimu explores how mental health struggles are quietly fueling a surge in heart disease among Kenya's young adults, and why protecting your heart now begins with caring for your mind.
Cardiovascular diseases remain the world's #1 killer. Yet, behind the grim statistics lies a truth that many do not see coming, because heart disease is no longer an old person's problem. While traditional risk factors like smoking, poor diet, and excessive alcohol use are well-known culprits, doctors are now warning of a new silent trigger. One rooted not in the body, but in the mind, that is worryingly hurting the hearts of many young adults.
Today, our hospitals are quite busy with this condition. The question we ask ourselves, what is causing this? Is it stress that we do tend to go through? One reason is yes, that is a possibility. Two, is it blood pressure, which we had never known about? Three, diabetes. Again, a silent killer, we don't know about that many a times. Four, and most important, is lifestyle.
Stress, anxiety, effects of work, and even depression, once viewed as emotional burdens, are now showing up in medical charts as physical threats. According to cardiologists, these mental pressures can trigger hormonal changes that make the heart race and blood pressure soar, and over time, the constant strain can wear the heart down.
Mental health is one aspect which is really overlooked in young people. A lot of them, especially young people with high stressful life incidences, depression, they come in with varying degrees of heart-related issues, including arrhythmias, where you have an irregular heart rate, and some also come with heart attacks.
Experts warn that high-stress work environments, financial pressures, and unstable relationships are fueling a surge in heart disease among young adults, a trend both alarming and preventable because long-term stress increases inflammation in the body, encouraging dangerous plaque buildup in arteries, the very condition that leads to coronary artery disease, heart attacks, and even heart failure.
We tend to overlook a lot of the psychological aspects of healthcare as well. A lot of young people now are undergoing depression, are undergoing anxiety issues, mood disorders, and usually it's a vicious cycle. For example, high stressful environments can predispose you to have a heart attack.
Heart disease is no longer just a concern for the elderly. Doctors advise young people to pay attention to warning signs such as shortness of breath during routine activities, chest pressure, palpitations, or a family history of heart disease. Globally, an estimated 19.8 million people lost their life to cardiovascular diseases in 2022, representing 32% of all deaths, according to the World Health Organization. Of this, 85% were caused by heart attacks and strokes. Here in Kenya, Cardiovascular diseases account for 14% of all deaths and nearly a quarter of hospital admissions, or 1 in every 4 patients. Data from the World Health Federation shows that Kenya recorded 37,904 heart-related deaths in 2021 alone. But doctors insist these grim statistics do not have to be our reality, because most risk factors are preventable or manageable with simple, consistent choices. Regular physical activity, a balanced diet, managing stress, and avoiding tobacco and alcohol can dramatically lower your risk. For young adults, cardiologists say the decision made today will determine the strength of your heart for decades to come. While the reasons behind this growing threat may be complex, the message is simple and urgent. Heart health is not something to worry later. It matters now. Gloria Milimu, KTN.